between the Washington football team and the New York Giants. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the number 6 pick in the 2019 draft.
A little bit of broken record time, partner, because we know that this young man, Daniel Jones, was a surprise pick at number 6 overall. But I thought that he got better and better as the year went on in his rookie year. A lot of trial by fire. Needs to protect the football better while in the pocket, but when he's at his best, he can throw it and run it, and he's an ascending quarterback. 24 touchdown passes as a rookie.
The first carry for Wendell Smallwood, and this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The numbers for Smallwood last week: 19 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, "Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball."
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Tackle made there by Chris Wormley. 2-yard line.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 32-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's got Green. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Jared Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive.
As the calendar keeps turning, I always hope that someone tells me that I get better with age, but Jared Cook is absolutely doing that. 33 years old back in April, had a career-high 9 touchdown catches last year in just 14 games, and that was second only to Mark Andrews of the Ravens. Jared Cook, a Pro Bowler after the 2019 season.
To kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their 26-year-old quarterback in his 6th season from Florida State, Jameis Winston.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
And no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win? Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Derrick Henry fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Henry on the carry.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it, brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he connects with Ertz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
First down Washington.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Winston. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Washington first down.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support him. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Giants 7, Washington nothing.
So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now Winston. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Giants take over 1st and 10. At their own.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards.
A 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Jones. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
At the 50-yard line.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. Third down here.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They go play action here on 1st down. This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Smallwood. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Wendell Smallwood, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And able to get this out to the 25. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throw over the middle, taken in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
New York ready to go again offensively. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
That's a 30-yard line.
On first down, Jones.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far,
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but now it's 3rd down.
nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Fitzgerald, incomplete.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Boston Scott, his first carry. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 25 yards out. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Robbie Gould set to kick off.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that going to hit in the end zone as we restart things here in the second half with a touchback. So here is Washington now to take over. They lost last week. Actually, not only did they lose, they were shut out, but they've got the lead here right now. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
And Winston lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First, and Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Scott, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down. Now it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Jones. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson.
Jones pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a game.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he finds Cook. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a 1st down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
3rd quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Fitzgerald on the slant. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
They'll run with Smallwood. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both...
And he's got it! Touchdown, Giants! Larry Fitzgerald, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Lining up for the play.
On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman.
5-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Jones now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Throwing Jones. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Smallwood. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, Brendan, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
The kick by Gold is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
Washington, nothing.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here's Hardman on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Washington takes over 1st and 10.
The Washington offense set to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Henry Ruggs, the rookie, his intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Open man is Anderson, and he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Washington 1st down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Jameis now on 1st down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Winston now from the 50. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
And In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Ready? Blue lady. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, here we go. Spot.
The first down throw for Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murray.
Winston's pass.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants 16. 22 yards there, a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. And Winston lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
Daniel Jones sacked. A fumble on the play.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Jones and the Giants now with a first and 10, just shy of the 30. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Sam Hubbard that time coming through defensively with reckless abandon.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
Hey, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown.
Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Here's Hardman on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 30.
The Giants defense working their way back onto the field now. They are looking to preserve this shutout, so for them, a lot on the line.
A lot on the line, a lot of pride that goes into that. Because let's face it, when you've had that kind of a day, you do not want any type of a fluke play to end it. You're going to win the game. That's not the issue. But to have a clean ledger going into the locker room and sitting in film next week, oh, that's satisfying.
Good.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
They're looking to cradle that goose egg. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
First down, a run with Smallwood. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. A 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Jones pass intended for number 42. Incomplete.
First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
It's a gain of 20.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Completes it to Hardman. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Hardman. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Giants' 32-yard line.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them.